What's cracking, people? You are here with LJ and LJ Presents, and I thank you for joining us.
LJ presents.
What's cracking, people? And thank you for joining LJ Presents, where we present the best in indie artists and the best in indie music. All artistry is welcome at LJ Presents. And today I'm going to present to you a good friend of mine. He's an actor, producer, writer, musician, and director, Mr. Al Woodley.
And also, I think you forgot. I'm running for president.
Ah!
No.
So Al, tell me. I know you're a writer of scripts in movies and things of that nature. Have you had any inspiration to say write a book about your experiences?
I'm glad you asked that. I have a book out right now. Just came out last month, and it's called
Really?
270. Yeah, it's called 277 Harlem to Hollywood. 277 is the building I grew up in on 127th Street and 8th Avenue in the heart of Harlem. You can find it on Amazon. 277 Harlem to Hollywood. Find it on Amazon. You can get it as an ebook or a paperback. And
Right.
I won't mess it up for you. You check it out. It's a beautiful read.
Every time I talk to you, man, it's another thing that you've done. And I listen again. I appreciate you coming to the show and sharing all this with us, and my people in this community, the LJ Presents community. But you also have music that I have on my radio station that I play, and it's great. And I want more from you too, brother. I want more.
And it's coming your way.
Listen, you know why I have you here, man? Because you are all of these things, right? And you have a couple of shows that are actually out right now. But no, the one show is out and it's called Shooter Stance, right?
I'll tell you.
But before we get into that, I want you to tell me just a little bit about yourself, man. Your humble beginnings.
Okay. I'm a New Yorker. Go Knicks. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Absolutely.
I'm a New Yorker, born and raised. I never saw myself living in Los Angeles, California. I had no. It was never a concept in my brain. But lived in New York City, born and raised. Got involved in law enforcement. I thought I was going to play professional baseball, but I was a young fella. I didn't get picked up at a certain time, so I got involved in law enforcement, and then 10 years of that at Rikers Island. Everybody in the world probably knows or has heard of Rikers Island, and everything you've heard is true plus 10. So that's a little something. Yeah.
Okay. So now, fast forward, we're here in Los Angeles. You're acting, okay? That's what you started off as, an actor, but you got into all these other things: directing, producing, writing, your music, and now you have, well, I guess this will be your second show. You have Shooter Stance, which is on what, Fawcett TV?
It's on Fawcett TV.
You have the O Clan. So I want you to get involved. I want you to tell me about the O Clan. What's the premise of the O Clan?
Let me just start here. I was in the barbershop and I had two guys in front of me. I look to my right and there's a magazine. I pick up the magazine because I'm going to be there a little while. And I started reading this article, this very, very interesting article about how, and these were all Caucasian people, by the way. And so, the only reason why I say that is because I'd never really heard this before. But there were a lot of these people who were concerned about their children going off to university and coming back home different. When I say different from what they were before they left. So I had an idea in my brain about, we need to bring this out because this is a great story to be told or to be heard, at least from the perspective of the parents. We always know the perspective of the kid, but the perspective of the parent, and the life that these parents have put forth for their kid to go to college and get an education and become something. But what we didn't count on was our kids going to university and coming back home almost unrecognizable in terms of who they are now, you know. And I'm not, this is, you know, I don't want any viewer to see this and feel like, you know, this is a bad, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it is. This is a situation.
Let me reiterate something here, because I mean, you're saying coming back different. So come on with it now. Tell me what it is. Tell us what it is. You know, that how they're coming back differently, and really, you know, the inspiration. You've already told me the inspiration behind the O-Clan, but tell us how different.
Yeah. What was happening is
back.
Right. Some of these kids are coming back transgender, wanting to change their gender completely. It's not, guess what, Dad? I'm gay. It's not that. It's, Dad, I know I'm your son, but now I want to be your daughter, or vice versa. I know you're your daughter, but I want to be your son. And we visit that, and we tackle that. It's not easy, because you have to be very sensitive to people, that you're not hurting people's feelings, because that is not our intention. Our intention is to just raise awareness to what's happening in our world. You know?
Well, listen, we got a little clip that we're going to throw in right now, and after the clip, I want you to tell me what you were actually feeling during this clip.
Yeah. Listen, Gentry, I don't mean to involve myself in your family's business, but believe it or not, I've been here before. I know exactly what you're feeling right now. When I learned the sexuality of my youngest son, I got so angry. I refused to accept him, support him. You know, let me just be honest with you, man. I disowned him. He committed suicide. I have to live with that each and every day of my life. Let me give you a word to put inside your heart, because you're going to need it. Compassion.
Woo! Yeah. What I was feeling in that moment, Laz, to be quite honest with you, when I wrote it, I'm not going to lie to you, it moved me. It's moving me now as I speak about it, because there's people actually living this truth, living this actual situation. When your character let it be known that your kid committed suicide, spoiler alert, man, I tell you that because there are people who actually have experienced that, you know. But yeah, I felt very, very, very strong about that emotionally. And I know that there's a lot of people who have come to me and said that they felt similarly. So yeah, you know, and may I also say, boy, I couldn't have got a better guy to play that role.
Ah,
Thank you.
for sure. And I appreciate you even calling me up to do it, you know.
Hey
But
man, you know,
yeah, but this ain't about me. This is about you, man. You know,
that's all right. We're gonna spread the wealth.
I found the writing of this show to be so poignant,
Mm. Well, thank you.
but laced with comedy, you know. So tell me about your comedic roots.
Goes back goes back to my New York days when we used to do this thing called snapping, and I was pretty good at it. Not so much now. I can think of it, write it, and not necessarily be in the the thick of it. Like probably where you're from, they used to call it Jonin, telling the dozens. I used to be that
Yeah.
guy,
Mhm.
but now I can think of I can write it, and that's where comedy comes from for me. And then also the great Richard Pryor.
Mm.
Richard Pryor was one of those people who, when you listen to his story, you're not laughing at his pain per se, but he's putting this kind of sugar on it for it to be more palatable for the audience, right? And so that's, I think, when you put just a little sugar on it, it goes over better. People can receive it better and understand that, this is something that we really should pay more attention to. Um, so yeah, I mean, as far as comedy is concerned, Les, I'll be honest with you. People get me confused with being a comedian, but because I do a lot of comedic stuff, a lot of comedic TV, a lot of comedic commercials, but I'm no comedian, damn it. So
Well, I tell you, in your writing, with a subject of this matter that is
yeah,
just you kind of sort of walking a tightrope
it is.
because of the fact that it's a subject matter, man, that if you step off into the other side, you may fall because people will take you as bashing them, um, being insensitive, and things of that nature. But I find that you walk that rope really, really well because you lace comedy, education, um,
And that's the key.
sensitivity, and then entertainment. It's you bring it all to the forefront. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing the O Clan where it's going to evolve to. Now, how many episodes of this have you got in the can, and how many episodes have you written so far?
We at this point we have two in the can, and the third one is on the way. Um, and I think that people can't get enough of the first one. So the ones that are coming, it's going to really knock your socks off. We have
Right.
it's not just comedy. Like I said, we're showing you from the perspective of parents, right? And how, especially old school parents, I, like you, Les, I come from old school. Um, and my father, I couldn't even imagine my father in this time trying to raise young boys, and one of his boys is talking about he wants to be his daughter. It wouldn't
Mm.
it wouldn't go well. I can tell you that right now. And I'm sure that it's that's going on right now. There are a lot of parents who don't accept their children for what they want to be.
Right.
You know,
Right. Right. Give me a little backstory about your character on the show.
Gentry Owens. Gentry is that guy. This is a nice little segue. He's that old school dude who Gentry played professional baseball, and He's retired now, and his beautiful wife, uh, Isabel, and they only have one child, and Gentry is a dude who says whatever he's thinking. May not even be, it may not have nothing to do with nothing, but if he's thinking it, he's going to say it. And it comes across as zany, but when you think about it, he's always has a point to what he says.
Well,
So, yeah.
listen, Gentry, for the first time meeting the doctor, Gentry just kind of speaks out, and his wife actually puts him in check. I think that is, but yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna show that clip right
Okay.
now.
What are you doing here?
Mama, this is Elsa's new beau.
Really?
How have you been?
Oh, just fine. Just very surprised to see you here. Such a small world.
Yes, indeed it is, isn't it?
How do you two know each other?
Mrs. Reese Vines is one of my patients.
Oh.
He's my gynecologist.
That's cool. Gynecologist. Boy, that's something. Hey, you ever get tired of looking
Gentry, baby, get the salad, please. Thank you. Let's all go to the dinner table. Thank you, Mama.
Seems like somebody didn't toss for salad already.
Ay, damn, dog.
Les. To be honest with you, that right there, it couldn't be funny unless the people around did what they did. I mean, just think about it. I mean, you're finding out for the first time that the mother-in-law is meeting with her gynecologist at my house, and nobody knows this. You're dating this young lady named Elsa, who is best friends with Isabel, and and she doesn't even know. Spoiler alert. So it's a funny scene because everybody is locked in doing what they're supposed to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that once again is old school Gentry being Gentry.
Listen, I'm actually excited for the O-Clan. And not just because I'm in it, but because it's a good show and people have been asking about it. So tell me when it's going to be available on or watchable on Tubi television.
June 2026. We have Tubi. We have Amazon Prime. We have what is that? That old NBC Peacock. And
Peacock. Okay.
And also Folsom.
And Folsom. Yeah.
So
okay, yeah.
For the folks out there who've never heard of Folsom, it's spelled awesome with an F in front of it. Folsom.
Right. Yeah, and also people, I have a lot of overseas connections and stuff, overseas fans in Germany and things of that nature. And they can't get Tubi. So it's great that it'll be showing on Folsom because they can get Folsom. They've seen me in a couple of other things on Folsom. So that's absolutely great, Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Awesome.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Well, listen, check this out.
Yes.
Here's what I like to do. After it airs, I like to have you back, but I also like to bring one of your cast members with you, one or two or whoever is willing to come. So you think that's possible?
I think it's possible. And
right.
You just tell me who you want. You can have you can have them all. So
listen, do LJ Presents a favor, share this out and get this in their ear and and let them see the interview. And and we'll make it happen. We'll definitely make it happen. The cast of the O-Clan.
The O-Clan. That's right.
Yes,
And
sir. Yes, sir.
and I like the way, you know, the way that the O Clan came about. I mean, it's the Owens family, and Dr. Johnson is so taken by this family that he calls it the O Clan, and it stuck. And that's where the O Clan comes from.
Right on. Right
So,
on.
yeah,
Right
the
on.
Owens family.
The
Yeah.
Owens family.
Yeah.
Well, listen, everybody. You just heard it all from my guy of the O Clan.
Hey.
Mr. Al Woodley of the
Thank
O
you.
Clan on Tubi TV. Check it out. Tubi, Peacock, Fossum. Do whatever you can to check it out because it's a good show. It's a great show. And we're going to be doing more episodes. So come on, support us.
Absolutely.
That's right. And support LJ Presents because we are here